did you grow enough balls to quit your six-figure job? What's up, guys? It's your girl Carol, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this link. If you are new here, do not forget to subscribe. You will not regret it. And if you're already part of the family, welcome back. And yes, I quit my job. Have manifested, did the 1% every day, dedicated myself on my goals. I finally gained so much knowledge that I was able to make such a big decision like this, and I am never looking back. So I was in the automotive industry. I sold cars, I did cold calls, and lastly, I was a finance manager. So I was in charge of getting the approval and going over the contracts with clients. I worked about 50 to 60 hours a day. So pretty much I did sales all my life. I don't regret working in the car business for almost 10 years because I learned how to sell in the car business, and I also learned that we sell every day. I'm selling myself to you right now. You guys sell yourselves to strangers in the street, to your boyfriend, to your mother, to yourselves with the stories that we tell ourselves. I learned how to perfect something that was going to help me in the future. 2020 was the first time that I actually had time to myself, that I didn't have to be anywhere. I had time to be with myself. So I was so grateful to have this newfound time. I didn't know how long this pandemic was going to be for. We didn't know what the pandemic was going to bring. Were we ever going to be off of lockdown? We had no idea, and I think that we still have no idea. The reason why I was stressed over money is because I didn't create money for myself at that time. I was going to a job and earning a paycheck. I had to trade my time for money. Sucked because I wasn't sure how I was going to make money in the future. I didn't want the outer world to affect whatever I was going to do. And what better time than while I'm sitting at home doing nothing? I really started to educate myself on what billionaires do. How can I create wealth and passive income for myself so that I didn't have to be in this position ever again in my life? In 2021, I focused all my attention on educating myself on how my brain works, why I create negative thoughts, why my brain is on survival mode, how to truly love myself and how to truly be happy in the present so that I can manifest the life that I wanted. I didn't know what kind of life I was looking for. I thought at the time that I was on the path to success. I'm under 30 years old. I'm making six figures. So as I started learning more and more about what wealthy people do to create wealth, I pretty much broke it down into two categories. The first category was wealthy people are happy in the present. Wealthy people are confident in themselves. Wealthy people take risks, practice good habits, and I did not have that. I did not have a spiritual routine, made excuses and made up stories in my mind. I allowed my negative thoughts to overpower me. I wasn't a confident person, although I may have looked confident in the outside, having negative thoughts, and I allowed them to take over my life. So for 2021, I dedicated the whole year to literally loving myself and reprogramming my brain and being the person that is positive, loving, and joyful and ready to learn. Still learning about that every day, but I came to a point at the end of this year where now that I had my spiritual foundation set, I felt that I can now dedicate time to building my financial IQ. So I went back to the basics. I started doing research on how to attract money and how to heal my relationship with money, because the old Carolina was never going to be a billionaire with her mindset. I did not have a good relationship with money. I was always stressed over money. I always felt like I needed more and more money to be happy. But unfortunately, it was never going to be enough because I didn't break down my why. And that is another reason why I had to quit my job. 2022, I was ready to focus on my financial IQ, and if I was gonna come online and give advice to write their goals and do 1% every day, then you best believe that I was gonna do that in my life first before I even come on here and talk about it. These last 6 months, I really was determined to build a financial IQ. And I started doing research on people who were entrepreneurs and who were financially free. The first thing that I had to get down packed was I needed to know the rules of the game so that I can actually become a billionaire. Relearn and have a new relationship with money so that I could attract money. A book that really helped me understand the difference between someone who is working and an entrepreneur was the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So happy that that book has found its way back into my life, because I'm telling you, that book changed the game for me. If you want to win in the game of money and wealth, you need to know the basics. And that book literally breaks it down for you. I feel like that book does just that. After listening to the audiobook, I compared my life to the book, and I was on the path to be poor, mom. I'm telling you right now. Although I was making $300K a year, was I really seeing all that money? Absolutely not. I had to pay the government first before I even paid myself. And billionaires pay themselves first. I was trading my time for money, which is a number one no-no, because I need to create wealth, not earn it. Although I was happy at work because I myself was learning how to be happy in the present, I made it work, but I knew in the back of my mind and in my heart that that was not my passion. The next step for me to really make the decision to quit my job was I needed the perfect escape plan. These last 2 years, I also have been saving. I started to make a plan, a list of my monthly expenses. I needed to know how much I needed every month to continue to live. I was gonna attract money. I needed to make sure that I was happy. Also, before I quit my job, was to be more active on social media and YouTube so that I could emotionally put myself in the position of what I wanted to be for the next. Putting my work out there and getting the amazing feedback that I do from you guys literally sealed the deal for me. I knew that this is what made me happy, and that feeling I could not get at any job that I was at. My advice to people who do want to quit their jobs and be financially free and finally start investing in themselves, whatever that is first, become a learner, become a sponge. Next thing I would do is to start learning about how money really works and how having a spiritual connection with money will attract money into your life. It is your responsibility to continue to educate yourself so that you can evolve. I would have continued to be in that old mindset, probably would have been a millionaire, but 50 hours outside of my home, outside of my family, not being able to have time for me, I don't think that's worth it. I'm not saying that this is going to be easy, and I'm also not saying that you have to make 6 figures to retire yourself early, because that's not the case. If you set a goal and if you do 1% every day, maybe it won't take a year or 2 years, maybe it'll take you a 3rd or 4th year, but I promise you that you will be able to do whatever you set your mindset once you build your foundations. And honestly, I had to quit my job because when I was at work, I was looking at the people around me and I just couldn't be in this rat race with them anymore. And I couldn't be around people that weren't thinking the same way that I was. Because if you ask an average person if I made the right decision or not, they're going to give you an average answer because they only have average information. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this because I want to tell you the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff that's going to help you better your life. I don't care what you do, to be honest with you. I don't care if you're a janitor. I don't care if you're in the real estate and you're already making $1 million. What I can tell you is that while you're working for someone else, you are never going to be financially free. Look out for so much more content. I'm coming for you strong. If you found value in this video and if you learned something today and if this had shed any light that you needed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you are a returning member of the family, thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you for investing in yourself, because this is not for the weak. Until the next one, thank you so much.